This is an issue that's driving many Ontario parents nuts. The Halton Catholic District School Board wants to protect its young peanut allergic students, but how it's going about it is putting some parents in a jam. Under Sabrina's law, school boards have been banning any foods containing nuts since 2006. The Canadian Society of Allergy and Clinical Immunology says a recent national survey shows less than 3% of children are allergic to peanuts. And since the board's blanket policies say no nuts to everyone, many parents are stuck deciding what foods they can send their kids to school with.
My son's a very picky eater, and he really enjoys Wowbutter as a nut-free alternative, and we like it because it's a healthy product. And we find when we send him with other products to school, he's not eating them, and he's coming home very tired, and he does karate after school, so we need him to have that protein.
Wowbutter is a soy-based alternative to peanut butter. It's like the genuine article, but without the allergy risks. That makes it completely safe for peanut-aware schools, as well as safe for children with nut allergies. But the school board in question doesn't seem to think so.
We're not currently sending him to school with Wowbutter because we know they're going to send him into a separate room away from his friends. And no one wants that for their children to be segregated.
In Toronto, child nutrition expert Aviva Allen has spent 10 years working with parents whose kids have special dietary needs.
For children who are very picky, this can be difficult. There's a small percentage of the pediatric population that has fewer than 10 accepted foods. And for a lot of those children, peanut butter or similar spreads are one of the few foods that they will accept. So having these restrictions can make it even more challenging for them and for their parents.
Allen doesn't agree with blanket food policies and says banning foods out of fear is a practice that needs limits.
Are you going to ban cookies? Because I could make a cookie at home and you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at it if there's nuts inside, right? So where are you going to draw the line?
Scott Mahone is one of the executives of the family-run Wowbutter company. Familiar with this ongoing problem with the board's rules, he says he's tried to respond, investing resources to make it easier to tell his product from nut-based spreads. He says he runs the only company that provides special peel-off peanut-free stickers.
We get frustrated just like the parents do because we've provided the product, the resources, and the tools.
Mahone explains that the Countryside food maker does have the support of schools across Canada because Wowbutter's production facility is completely dedicated to making the soy-based sandwich spread. But despite his product being 100% free from peanut allergy risk, he says the Catholic School Board remains unwilling to compromise on its stance. The board denies allegations it's forcing children with Wowbutter lunches to eat alone. Rather, it says those children are brought to a safe place to eat. Eamon says whatever you call it, it still leaves his son eating alone, and that his son would rather throw out his lunch than do that. It seems this school board is satisfied in keeping its lunchtime policies in place, despite growing complaints from parents. David Eamon, Scott Mahone, and Aviva Allen all agree there is no simple solution to this problem, but they also seem to agree that educating school staff to work around students' needs is a far better solution than sticking to what they consider inflexible rules.
The ironic thing is that the very institution that is responsible for educating our society is choosing not to educate themselves.
I'm Mike Rye, and this has been a Sun News Special Report.